Yo, what's up? What's going on? This is Viktory, BX Supreme Promoter, representing the Grind Ethiks Mixtape show. I just made an ill fucking trip. Not ill trip, like a 45-minute trip from Bronx to Atlantic Avenue in Brooklyn. And I'm here with my brother, Doggy Diamonds of Doggy Diamonds TV. What's going on, Doggy?
What's up? What's up, everybody out there that can hear me, that can hear my voice right now? What's up with y'all, man? We just here. We about to chop it up, let y'all know a few things. I'm happy to be doing this.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So tell us, how did it all started? You being a host, you producing the DVD, things like that. How it all started with you?
All right, I'm gonna try to make a long story short because it could be a long story long. Basically, I was doing music for years. I was doing music since 1992. I had a record deal in 1992. From that, I transitioned into being a producer. So I was producing an artist by the name of MREC. He started doing a DVD documentary of him getting his music played outside of Hot 97. So he did the DVD. I ended up scoring the DVD. He put the DVD out, and then we was like, fuck it, let's do our own DVD series. You had the Come Up DVD, you had Smack DVD, you had a few DVDs. But during the time when we was doing that, Rec was doing distribution. So he ended up distributing the DVD for Jordan Tower, but Jordan Tower was still working on the Come Up DVD. So he wanted Rec to do the interviews, but Rec felt like, he wasn't, that's not what he wanted to do. And he also felt like I would be better at doing it. So I started doing the interviews for the Come Up DVD. So from there, doing the interviews for the Come Up DVD, but still getting footage for Forbes DVD at the same time. That's how that ended up happening. So we did that. We started Forbes DVD. The website, it was supposed to be a DVD, but it never took place. But yeah, we was just collecting a bunch of footage. So that started in 2007. So we here 2016. Still pushing.
Of course. Tell us about the very first artist on the Forbes DVD.
The first artist that we interviewed was J Hood. Is when he first left D Block, and there was a whole bunch of controversy going on. He had just dragged the D Block chain on the floor, and he was telling the story how they left him for dead. Rest in peace to his mother. His mother was sick. She had liver cancer. She was on the couch. She was like, they didn't do right by her boy and all that. So, that was the first artist on Forbes DVD was J Hood
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
when he left D Block. That was the first story. And then it was Babs Bunny when she was beefing with Remy, and when she was with Foxy Brown and they was beefing with Remy. That was the next one.
Okay. Um. Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah. How did you met MREC? Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how'd I meet Mrek? I met Mrek in 1996, I believe. He was an artist, you know, being produced by different producers, but they wasn't trying to give him beats like that. And I saw the hunger in him, and I had a studio, so I was like, "Yo, come to my crib. I got some beats for you." And he came to the crib, and I was working on the beat at the time, and I gave him the beat right on the spot. You know what I'm saying? And we was rocking from there, and then we had lost touch around like 2000 or something like that, and then got back in touch around when did we get back in touch? I'm not sure, but it was some years later. But that's how I know him as producing his music.
Of course. Of course. Do you still work with MREC?
Yeah, we still work together. We co-own ForbesDVD.com. So when it's like interviews to be done for the website, we'll link up and do stuff like that. But yeah, we work together on ForbesDVD.com.
Okay. What's up with Forbes DVD? Are you still doing? Are you still producing episodes or no? Is it a rap?
When me and Rec I'm about to say collaborate. You hear that shit? When me and Rec collaborate, then I do stuff for Forbes. But other than that, I got my own vision, and I got things that I want to do personally. I was doing things for Forbes for 9 years without people even knowing that it was me or even knowing who I was. They just knew the brand. They heard my name, but they didn't know me personally. So, within the last year, I just decided to get on camera, brand myself, start a new website, start a new brand so people get to know me and my journey because I can't be, I was going places and people were saying, yo, Forbes, what up? That's not my name. You know what I'm saying? My name is Doggy Diamond. So it's time for me to establish myself. Forbes DVD is already established. Everybody knows what that is. It been around for years, but nobody knows who I am personally. And I got a crazy story and I got a crazy journey that people need to know about. And I felt like I didn't want to do that on Forbes. I wanted to do it on my own. So when it's time to do interviews for Forbes and me and Rec is doing it together, it'll happen. But if not, it's on Doggy Diamonds TV. Check that out.
Yo, don't you hate it when people put you in a box? Yo, I hate it when people put me in a box that I don't belong.
Yeah.
Like, I hate it when people think I'm a rapper. No, I play rap music on the show, but I'm not a rapper. And I don't just only play rap music. Or if I'm selling waters, niggas call me Waterman. Or I'm selling socks, niggas call me Socks Man. Like, everyone put me.
Yeah.
But I hear what you say. Like.
Now, people was just calling me Forbes.
Yeah,
I felt
Forbes,
like I didn't really have no identity. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So within the last year, it was like I was fighting for my identity. And one day I said to myself, if Forbes DVD ended today, for any, freak reason or anything, nobody would know who the fuck I am. I would have to explain to them who I am because my face wasn't out there and my likeness wasn't out there. So that shit scared me one day. I said, you know what? Nah, you gotta establish yourself. So that's all I've been doing now is just establishing myself, not really using Forbes to establish me, but just using my know-how and everything I did with Forbes, I just doing for myself,
Explain the difference between Forbes DVD and
7 minutes is coming. You said to stop at 7, right?
Yeah. We're still going.
Oh, okay.
Tell us the difference between Doggy Diamonds TV and Forbes DVD. What is it? Way different format, or is it a little bit different, or
it's very similar because I got my hand in both of them. But Doggy Diamonds TV is me. It's more of my personality, more of my thoughts, more how I feel politically, socially, and how I view the world. So it was being brought to my attention that some of the things that I was saying was doing was hurting Forbes DVD. So I said, well, I ain't gonna shut up. I ain't gonna be quiet. I'm still gonna do what I do. I'm still going to have my opinions and do what I want to do. So what am I supposed to do? Just be quiet and not say certain things because it's hurting something? No. So what I did, I said, you know what? Only person I can hurt is myself. So nobody can use me as no scapegoat or why this happened or why that didn't happen. So I just started Doggy Diamonds TV, which is very, very different because it's more political. I do more activism. I'm more in the street talking, to conscious people and things dealing with society. I did a lot of that at Forbes, but Forbes is more like hip hop. Doggy Diamonds TV has to do with a lot of social issues and a lot more activism. That's what I wanted to be known for besides interviewing these bum ass rappers and shit like that. I wasn't with all that. You know what I'm saying? It's more to me this is interviewing a bum rapper who, I helped them and shoot videos for them, and then the very next time I see them, they act like they don't know who the fuck I am. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't with all that, so I had to expand and grow and do other things. So Doggy Diamonds TV was started because of that.
Yo, speaking of that, what you just said, well, it's a different scenario because some of them so-called bum-ass rappers, some of them do got a name from the old school, middle school, whatever. But what do you think about underground artists, especially underground rappers, who don't respect independent media?
Well, they're gonna fail because they chasing something that they might not ever achieve. I started a lot of people. I helped a lot of people in this game, and they was very ungrateful. So that's why, I'm not bitter. I'm not mad at it. I just make notes of everything because the same people you see when you going up is the same people you see when you coming back down. And I just make note. I never let a snake bite me twice. You know what I'm saying? You bite me once, that's it. And these motherfuckers is garter snakes. Good thing they not poisonous, because once one bite from a poisonous snake, you dead.
Oh, shit.
So, these are garter snakes. These are, weirdos. And some artists have been very appreciative. Some artists have really, really, reciprocated the love, and some of them didn't. The ones who I thought was real, because we in the era of keeping it real and I'm real. I ain't really seen that from so-called the real dudes, but the dudes who you wouldn't think would keep it real. Those are the ones who really, really would stand up dudes. So shout out to them and respect to them, But I ain't mad at nobody because I'm good, you know what I'm saying? But I just, like I said, you're not going to bite me twice,
Man, listen, I'm mad at the mother. Doggy might not be mad at the motherfuckers that turned his back away from him, but I'm mad at the motherfucking so-called artists that turned their back from me. Listen, I'm gonna make it a quick announcement. Then I'm gonna get back to Doggy. Y'all motherfuckers who promised that you was gonna support me, you know what I'm saying, help promote my show and I promote your music. Yo, once I get at a certain level and you want to collab now and shit, I'm gonna tell y'all motherfuckers on some real shit. Get off my motherfucking dick. That's exactly what I'm gonna say. Anyway.
You know, but at the end of the day, when you look at success and you look at your work rate and you look at what you're doing, you ain't gotta. I don't look back.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Life goes forward. It don't go backwards. Like I said, you make notes and you keep things, and I don't even have to tell nobody to go fuck theyself. They should already just shoot theyself.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not looking back. You was what you was. We could have collaborated. We could have made history, and some of us did. And some of them choose to do other things. And it's cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a boomerang. You throw me away, I ain't never coming back. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So I'm not even mad because the position that I'm in right now, and some of these rappers are not even around anymore. And I'm still here 9 years later, still growing
Still here, yeah.
and getting stronger. So fuck them. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Tell us about the new show, No Filters.
No Filter is honesty. You know, just unadulterated, uncensored honesty and truth. You know, I have no filter. You know, some of that has gotten me in trouble, and some of that has gotten me popular. You know, a lot of people out there swagger jack and stole my style of interviewing and stole like a lot of my shit. So I'm like, yo, why am I sitting around letting people take my shit and try to be me when I could just be myself? So No Filter is just me talking about social issues, talking about what's going on in hip hop rap, talking about sex, fucking chicks and getting head and, you know, all types of crazy shit and just having fun, man. It just, No Filter just mean honesty. You know what I'm saying? What I deem to be honesty. I'm not a liar. So, you know, that's what No Filter is. So I was doing a video cast and now I switched it to a podcast, which you can find on SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/Doggy Diamonds No Filter. And just sit back and enjoy the ride. You're going to hear interviews. You're going to hear me talking about all types of shit. You're going to hear me talking to porn stars, strippers, conscious people, all types of things. It's not one set thing. It's going to be like anything that's going on. I might talk to a stripper about what's going on in society and get they take, because we know we just look at them and say, well, he or she, well, she's only known for sucking dick and he's only known for fucking chicks, but what do they think? So I want to do something different, you know, and just really add on to what's already going on in the interview shit that I started, you know. So that's No Filter is just gonna be fun. So I got a couple of episodes out right now, so just go check them on SoundCloud.
Now, you call yourself the king of interviews, right?
Uh-huh.
Have anybody dispute you on that? Was like, oh, you ain't the king of interviews, blah, blah, blah.
Nah, I didn't. See, I never called myself the king of interviews. The people call me the king of interviews. Okay. You got people who, see, this is what makes me the king. You got people who's coming from a corporate structure, who's financially backed, and they're backed by these big companies, so they're able to attain certain interviews and get certain people. I'm independent. I have nobody helping me, and I'm doing interviews on the street with made dudes, and I've interviewed top people 9-10 years ago, even a year ago. I've interviewed Future. I've interviewed everybody, you know, Fabulous, Cameron, Jim Jones, you know, the whole Dipset, Tony Ayo, Jadakiss, Little Kim, Nicki Minaj. You know, I interviewed all these people off my strength, off of my name, without corporations. So before me, there was nobody doing interviews on the internet. There was no Breakfast Club. There was no Vlad TV. There was no Ebro in the morning. I was the first, you know, so the first is always going to be the king. I'm the originator, besides Ralph McDaniels, if anybody know about New York City and, you know, Ralph McDaniels and Video Music Box. You know,
what about Ghettonomics?
Ghettonomics was...
that was my shit.
Ghettonomics was B-Cat. You know what I'm saying? That was the internet. You know what I'm saying? I'm the first person on the internet to do these interviews and go around the city and go and get artists doing interviews and putting them on YouTube and shit before YouTube was cool. I'm the first person doing that. So if you look at the first early even interviews on WorldStar, that was me. If you look at On Smash, they first interviews, that was me. If you look at all these websites early on, 9 years ago, 2007, 2008, all them shits was me. It's just that I never got on camera, so nobody knew it was me. So I am the interview king. And let's not get it fucked up. I did the best interview of all time, which is the interview with Max B on a Come Up DVD. Nobody has topped that yet. So I am the king, and I always will be. And the people gave me that. That's not some self-proclaimed shit. You know, the people call me that. So it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is.
And then look, if somebody want to challenge that, let me see you go out in the street. Let me see you go to Harlem and the projects. Let me see you go to the projects of East New York. Let me see you go to Yonkers. Let me see you go to the projects of Staten Island and get this footage, this street footage, not this corporate office sponsored footage with refreshments and donuts and all that shit. Let me see you hit the street. Like how we in the street right now doing this audio. This is what I was doing with a camera, going to Queens, Southside Queens, going all over and doing it. That's what makes you the king, because you going out in the street and you touching the people, not because you setting up meetings and all this shit like that. That's not G shit to me, But not that Oprah Winfrey interview shit. I'm talking about hitting the street, going to the trap, going to Atlanta, going to Zone 6, going to fucking Texas, going to where it's at. You know what I'm saying? Going to Philly, going to interview Meek Mill when he was on house arrest. Check my track record. It's all out there. You know what I'm saying? So that's what make me the king, because I was in the trenches of this shit when these dudes didn't know what to do and they was afraid to go out there, and they still scared. That's why they do office interviews. They got the lighting and all this shit is set up nice and it look nice. They got big production, but you know me, I like the essence, the core of hip hop is the street. So that's why I like to hit the street with my shit.
I hear you. I hear you. Have you ever thought about fucking with the corporate world or no?
The corporate world, this is the pros and the cons of being corporate. The pros of being corporate is that, you'll make more money, you'll get money. The cons is that you'll get sanctioned and they'll tell you what you can and you can't say and what you can and you can't do, which takes away from the consistency and the integrity of what I've been doing, So imagine them telling me don't curse that much or certain thing. Certain thing is my element. Certain things is what makes me me. So when you deal with corporations, the first thing they want to do is try to change you, shape you, and mold you to what they think you should be. So I would fuck with the corporations as long as I have 100% creative control of my programming and my projects. I don't, and for the money, it'll be good to boost my platform. But when they start telling me what I can and can't do, nah, that's the problem, because I'm gonna always be Doggy Diamonds. And I'm not selling out for money, and it is selling out when you sell your brand and sell yourself and your likeness, and somebody telling you what you can't do, being censored. Being censored is un-American. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to be censored. It is some things I probably could tone down on, but when they start telling me, don't be this, don't be that, nah, I'm not with it.
Exactly. Now you was talking, I think a couple of videos you was talking about holding some of these rappers accountable for certain fucked up things that's going on in our communities. Now, talk about that for those who don't know.
I mean, I feel like a lot of rappers sold death to the people. They sold drug selling, drug usage, crazy, wild, unprotected sex, uh, homosexuality, all types of things that doesn't produce life. Um, and they got to be held accountable, because now it's people walking around like zombies that follow some rappers. And some people say, who the fuck listens to rappers? Nobody cares about that shit. Okay, so why are so many people drinking lean and popping pills now? Who else brought that up? And that's all death culture. So with so much going on in society, who's to blame for that? We could blame TV, we could blame all that, but we also have to blame entertainment. We also have to blame the entertainers. So we got to hold some of them accountable, and they got to apologize and they got to atone for doing a lot of fuck shit. And I just really believe that, so I call them out. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. We got to call them out, and we got to make them give back to the people and correct so many of the mistakes that they made as far as our society, because they contributed to it. Because you can't be out there right now talking about Black Lives Matter and marching and all that shit when you was the one inciting people to be fucking gangbangers and drug addicts and shit like that, and drug dealers. How does that, that's being hypocritical.
Exactly.
That's all I'm saying. So
even back in the 90s, when rappers talked about selling drugs, they also talked about the downside of selling drugs.
Exactly. No,
getting robbed, getting killed, getting locked up. They just didn't talk about the bitches, the houses, the
there
fancy
is no
cars.
message anymore. There is no message, but it's no money in revolution. There's only money in death. And when people die, they take their organs out their body and they sell them. And funerals and funeral homes is big business. So death is big business. Life, there is no money in life. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. We got to hold some of these dudes accountable, and we going to hold them accountable. Don't worry about it.
Yo, we're gonna finish this part one of the Doggy Diamonds interview on Grind Ethics Mixtape Show. We're gonna come back real quick, all right? And remember, peoples, tell a friend to tell a friend that it's all about the motherfucking grind. Basically.